How are we doing, everybody?
Hola.
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggly With It. I'm Will. And today we're playing KeyForge Adventures. For those of you that don't know what KeyForge Adventures is, and you're thinking, what is that? Because KeyForge is a card game where you play against each other, and what's that big old Kraken doing up there? I'm guessing you didn't watch earlier's video. So I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm out there right there. So KeyForge Adventures is the new way to play KeyForge that Fantasy Flight Games has added. It can be played from 1 to 3 players, is either a solo or co-op against some type of adversary. So in the first adventure, you're actually going up against the Keyraken. There's a whole story with it. There is a second adventure that I didn't know they released, otherwise I would have opened it yesterday in the video. It was posted today, so I don't know why I said yesterday, I guess because that's when I opened it. Called the Abyssal Conspiracy. We will play that one as well. Maybe we'll use some of the older decks that are out there. And they did this for multiple reasons, right? Fantasy Flight Games is known for their living card games. So, of course, we play Marvel Champions. They also have Arkham Horror and a Lord of the Rings game. And so they're really good at that one versus many aspect, basically. Some type of boss that you're going to go up against and using your deck of cards that you already have. So this gives players that don't have the best of the best decks an ability to be able to play those decks. I mean, because if you bulk 20, 30 decks and you can only play 2 of them because they're good, what are you going to do with the other 18 decks, right? So the way this works is the normal rules for KeyForge still apply. You're still, well, in some cases, I read the rules for the other book and you don't form keys, but forming our keys using Amber still applies. Your player actions are still the same. You play a card, you play artifacts. You can use any Omni ability, attacking, armor. All the normal KeyForge stuff still applies in this game mode. So what changes, however, of course, is that first, you see up here, we do have the Keyraken. The Keyraken's power is very similar to how they do it in Marvel Champions. And as you can see, we're using our Marvel Champions dial. It is 30 times the number of players. So in this case, his power is 60. That means we have to get through 60 hit points to defeat him. However, he only does 3 damage when fighting, because if he did 60, that would just be ludicrous and everybody would die. But one thing that kind of inhibits you, and this is the reason you still need to make your keys, is the Keyraken gets 2 armor for each unforged key based on who's attacking him. So if I'm attacking him, you know, I've got 3, he's got 6 armor. Oddly attacks him, she's still at 3, so he's got 6 armor as well. So during our turn, we will play our characters like we normally do. We'll put our creatures out. We'll try to build up our defenses and our army. We'll get our artifacts. We'll play our actions and so forth. On the Keyraken's turn, then, we're going to draw the cards. Very similar again to Marvel Champions. You're going to draw the card, perform the action. Unlike Marvel Champions, this is done after each player's turn. Either the cards are going to be played, or if it says something like put it inside of the archives, they're going to put over here into his archives. On the next person's turn, they're going to draw the archives first, play those, and then play a card from the deck. Now, it's normally 2 cards is the normal mode. We're going to play this one easy, just so that way we can give a overview of how the game plays. So in easy, you only draw 1 card during your turn. Medium or normal, you draw 2 cards, and then on hard, you actually draw 3 cards on your turn. So the Keyraken's going to have creatures that he's going to put out here, which of course will attack us as usual. When you defeat some of his tentacles, it's actually going to do 3 damage back to the Keyraken. And to win the game, we basically just have to get his health down to 0. Very simple. Unfortunately, the Keyraken can win the game if he raises the tide, if he's able to get to the top within 4 turns, or 4 times. So when the tide is low, he can advance 3 times the number of players, so it would take him 6 amber to be able to come to the surface. And if the tide is high, which is really beneficial for us, most of the cards, if you saw when we opened them, when the tide was high, our cards did more. But in that case, it's 6 per player, so it takes 12 for him to be able to get to the top, right? Now, we can, on our turn, as a group, we can decide, okay, we're both going to donate 1 amber, and then that's going to cause the tide to rise again. So it does start on low tide, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that, but it does start on low tide. Yes, it does start on low tide. And other than that, there's not much different about the game. The rule book gets into more detail, but of course, we're going to play it so you guys can see how all of that works. We got our little dice up here, so those are his 4 coming to the surfaces. I think that's it. I'm going to take a drink, and then I guess I will go first. So the first player draws 6 cards. The second player draws 7. And unlike normal, there is no play limit. So of course, in normal KeyForge, there is a play limit of 1, right? You can't play more than 1. In this one, they removed that limit because it's us against the Keyraken, right? So Abdi's going to draw her 7 while I have mine here. And then let me see here. So what do I want to play? What do I get the most of? We are going to we can play these kind of open-handed like we do Marvel Champions. There's no reason for us not to because we're kind of working together. I can play things like items and abilities to Abdi, and she can play things to me as well to try to help each other, right? So it is cooperative. I guess I'm going to play. So all of our stuff comes in tapped. So I don't know where to put his discard. We'll put the you can be the controller of the seas over there, Neomore. Abdi's going to control the sea. So I chose to play my Unfathomable by playing a card. I guess that's what I decided to do. No. Yeah, but so here's one of the things like the abandoned ship here. Return a creature to its owner's hand. If the tide is high, return 4 creatures. So that's really powerful because we can get it to high tide. He gets a bunch of guys out here. I throw that down, and I'm sending everything back to his hand. Okay, so I went. That's all I can do. So I'm going to ready, and then I draw a card. So there we go. So the first thing is a Tenacious Arm. So it is an arm. Reap. The Keyraken steals 1 from you. Destroyed does 3 damage. So this is a Reap one, which actually kind of comes in good for me because I have a card, which you guys saw in the deck, that if I get 6 Awakening tokens, then I can actually put a character out here that'll one-shot the Keyraken. So that's our goal, is to try to get that card out, and we'll just one-shot him, right? All right, so he played his 1 card, so he's going to ready his guy there, his Tentacle. All right, and now it is Abdi's turn. So what are you going to play? Which one of your factions or houses? I called them factions the whole time I opened them, but they're actually
they are Untamed, Logos, and Saurian.
Saurian, which are the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs. So the tide is low.
The tide is low.
So I should try to flip it?
Well, yeah, I mean, either flip it or just get some creatures out there, so that way he's not attacking us. Well, again, it doesn't matter if he attacks us.
Play if the tide...
I think most of them, I don't know, I can't remember. I mean, I just opened them yesterday, but I can't remember that. I don't remember how many of our cards actually change the tide. I think most of them just say, if the tide is, do this thing.
Oh, no. If the tide is high, gain 1 ember. Yeah. Otherwise, raise the tide.
Oh, okay.
So I can...
Yeah, so you're going to play Untamed? All right, so you're going to raise the tide, so that's good. All right, so then you discard that, because he's an action. Then over there somewhere is your discard. All right, and do you have any other... Untamed?
Untamed.
Yep. So remember, you can play as many as you want. There's no limit.
After you play another creature...
I do have to double check when I'm supposed to...
If the tide is high, gain 1 ember. was it? The first time this creature is attacked each turn, no damage.
Yes, no damage is done to you. Now he comes in tapped, so you can't use after you play another creature if the tide is high. Okay, so he doesn't count for the tide being high, but if you play another creature after him, then you'll get that amber. Each turn you play a creature now with him out. I'm trying to remember when do I draw my when do I draw my cards? Step 3, play, discard, and use cards. Play, use, and or discard from hand any number of cards within the active house. Choose your step 2 eligible house. During this step, active player readies all their resolves. All cards in play. Also generally entity. Oh, there you go. Step 5, draw cards. During this step, active player draws cards from the top of their deck until they have 6 cards in there. Okay. No, there's a step I was missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only played 1 card. 6. Okay.
So can I steal them up?
Yeah, and as long as they're untamed. Yeah.
But it says destroy an artifact.
Well, there's no artifacts out. Yeah, no artifacts right now.
Shuffle the least powerful creatures into the owner's deck.
Yeah, he doesn't. He's got 1. But that shuffles it back into the deck. So I mean, that would do something. I mean, it would shuffle that arm back into his deck so he doesn't attack you.
So when it says here the least powerful creatures means his?
Shuffle the 4 least powerful creatures into the owner's hand. Yeah, but you do get 1 ember for playing it.
Oh, haven't I received that journal?
Oh, it says the 4 least powerful creatures, so I think that's both because it doesn't specifically say. Cool. So we would all have to shuffle the cards.
But there are no
1, 2, 3. All 3 of them would come back to our hands if you played that. That's one of those ones. If he gets tons of tentacles out here, that's when you'd probably want to play that to get all them back, regardless of what we have out here.
It has to be the least powerful though.
Yeah, so if there were 12 creatures out here, it would only send the 4 least powerful back across the board.
Not yet. So the other one is destroy an artifact.
Done, do another. Okay. So ready your creature and then draw back to 6. And then, alright, so then you got this. Crushing Arm. So Crushing Arm is an arm creature. It's an arm. Prey, the least powerful flank creature, destroyed, and then he does 3 damage. So he comes in exhausted. I forgot. I think I forgot to have the Keyraken attack me. I think he's supposed to attack. Should have attacked me on the first turn. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Keyraken turns. All right. Keyraken advances if able. He's not. The active player draws an adventure card. The Keyraken and its creatures are used. During this step, Keyraken is used first. Then ready creature in its battle line is used, starting the creature on the left flank to the right flank. When Keyraken is used, it reaps and gains 1 amber, occasionally upgrades, or action cards give it the prey word in which it attempts to fight. When one of the Kraken's creatures is used, okay. So when he is used, he just reaps. So he doesn't attack unless he has a card that lets him attack. And right now he does not have a card that lets him attack. All right, so now it's your turn, so he is going to reap. He gets another amber, and then this guy is actually going to attack. And your guy has no armor, so he's going to take 2 damage, and you're going to take 3 damage. So your guy is muerte. Unfortunately, muerte. Oops. Guess we should do the number of hit points left to make this so we don't get confused. Alright, so he has 1 hit point left. Alright. So now it is my turn, so this gets readied up.
How do I change actions?
You just call it at the beginning of your turn. Oh, lo siento. No, your guy comes back. Lo siento. Lo siento. He reaps. Keyraken steals 1 amber from you, but you don't have any amber for him to steal. Okay, so you're actually good. Yep, I'm sorry. They don't have attacks. These guys don't. He does. So he actually attacks because he's got the word prey. This one doesn't have the word prey, so he can't attack. All right. Oh, that guy's big, though. 9. All right, so we are high tide. Okay. All right, so I think I'm going to play... Yeah, I'm going to play my Saurians. So I'm going to play him, my big boy. Got me a big boy there. Oh, that's not good. I played him in the wrong order. I have another one. I have one like you have. It destroys 1/3 of all enemy creatures and 1/3 of all friendly creatures, rounding up each time. All right, so that's all I can play because I can't play him. So I'm going to fight. So I'm going to fight this tentacle arm here. So I do 4 damage, and then he does 3 to me, but I block 1, so he actually only does 2 to me. I still have 2, so he gets destroyed. And then because I did that, it does 3 damage to the Keyraken. So that takes him down to 57. And when I fight and the tide is high, he just loses 2 amber. All right. So now I ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's that?
What is the flank?
Flank is the ends. The sides are the flanks. All right. So now I draw my card. So we have a slippery arm. It's elusive, meaning that it does not take damage on the first attack. Reap, if the tide is low, the Keyraken archives 1 adventure card. When destroyed, he does 3, ignoring armor. So he comes in exhausted. And then, so the Keyraken is going to reap, because he doesn't have any attack abilities yet. Prey, the least powerful flank creature, so he's going to go after my Hookmaster. So my Hookmaster is going to at least do 4 damage to him before he takes me out. So he takes me out. And then this gets readied. And now it's your turn.
I want to play Lavos.
Okay.
This one says deal 3 damage to a flank creature.
Okay.
Deal 2 to its neighbor.
Okay.
Deal 1 to the second creature's other
neighbor. Yeah, it's like chain lightning, right? That's the lightning bolt. Yep, and you get 1 amber for playing that. Yep. Okay. So you do 3 to which one do you want to do 3 to? This guy or this guy? You want this one to kill him?
Yeah.
All right. So 3 to that one to kill him. So he gets discarded. So that takes him down to 54. And then it does how much to the neighbor? 2?
2.
So that takes him down to 3 hit points. 3. All right. And there was no other neighbor for him to attack. It doesn't actually, it can't chain lightning to the Keyraken. Because I think, if I double check the setup, they're not flanked to him. Where's the page? They are actually flanked to him. So they actually should be flanked to him. So if we consider him all the way to the left.
That would be the first one.
Well, what did it say to the right?
No. No.
Well, that guy wouldn't have been on the flank then. This guy would have been the one on the flank. If we think about it that way, that Keyraken is 1 flank, I think that's the way it is. Is the Keyraken is supposed to be one flank, and then everybody else is the other flanks. Let me see. Story so far. We forgot to read the story. Place the Keyraken in the center of the play area. Place the tide. Shuffle opponents. Set up their decks. Keyraken, creature cards, artifact cards. When losing, Kraken cards, how to play. Huh. Doesn't really say if he's supposed to be in the flank or not. We'll just go with him not. We'll go with that he's not supposed to be in the flank. We'll
so
pretend
what
like
we
he's
did
not.
is fine?
So that's fine. We'll just pretend he's not flank. We're just going to do with the battlefield. He's pretending like he's us, so he's just back there behind, controlling these guys. So whenever we do the flank, we'll just say it's these guys. All right.
So what about this one?
So he's out now, so you can
play a creature.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. If you still have more to go for your logos. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So then they come out exhausted. Did you take your one amber? Your other card, was it an amber for playing it or no? Yes. Got your amber for that one.
So this one is archive a card.
Although, hang on, the guy that we deleted last time, he stole that from you. So, well, here's the thing though. He stole it, meaning that he had it, and then when I killed him, right, then it came to me. So it comes back to us, but.
Fine. So this one is archive a card. Your opponent's key costs +1 amber for each card in your archive.
They didn't explain that. So I would assume we treat this tide as his key. So if you play that card, right, that creature, then you archive a card, which is fine. So you just have to take one of your cards in your hand and put it in your archive. And then now it's going to cost him 13 to increase the tide. Put him out on the battle line. So whichever one you don't want, you'll have to archive. Okay, so just put it kind of face down over to the side where, yeah, right there is fine. Yep. All right. And then you can attack with Chinonlia if you want. He will die though. After you play another creature, if the tide is high, you gained an amber. Oh. So before he gets, or you can just not attack with him, right? You can just. Yeah, I don't think that counts the counter attack. So like if you're attacking him and he's going to do damage back, you're attacking, so that doesn't count. It's like if he's attacking you, he's going to avoid the damage. So he'll die if you do that, or you just leave him out so you can keep getting amber by playing creatures and just don't attack with him. Although he's going to attack, well, he's going to attack you anyways, actually. He's going to attack your least powerful creature, which is him anyway, so you'd rather attack him. Although if you do that, then he's going to attack this one.
So he's anyways going...
both of them are going to die. You'd rather, if either one of them's going to die, or you can have both of them die. If you let him attack both, then you're going to knock him out too, because you're going to do 2 damage here, which knocks him out. Then when he attacks you, you're going to do 3 damage back, which will knock him out. And then that does 3 damage to the Keyraken. Atake, no atake.
Sí, atake.
Okay. So that knocks him out. So he goes down to uno. And then if you got nothing out, then you ready your cards. And then draw to 6. And then... what did you get? You got an artifact, power, action. Stun and exhaust one of your creatures that is not already stunned. If all your creatures are stunned, destroy Whirlpool Eddy and lower the tides. So You have to stun and exhaust that creature. Which is stun token. I think this is the stun token. I forget which tokens are which. No, stun is the yellow one. Alright, so you are stunned, and then exhaust one of your creatures. And then this is his artifact. So he's going to take that every single turn. Wow. Oh, no. Hang on. He can't take that. Artifacts come in exhausted too. Never mind. Yep, artifacts come in exhausted too. So he didn't do that. Okay. All right, so he did that. So he is going to reap for 2. And then the Mighty Claw, crushing arm, is going to prey the least powerful creature, which is you. He's going to attack you, so he's doing 9 to you, which knocks you out. But then you do 3 back to him, knocks him out, and then that does 3 more damage to the Keyraken. They're killing themselves, man. He's killing himself. All right. So ready his artifact. All right. Oh, I have a weapon. Deal 1 damage for each creature. I like my Unfathomable. That my Indagnathus is actually pretty strong. I think I'm going to play Shadow, so I'm going to play Kerwallop. Kerwallop, deal 1 damage. Well, on play, deal 1 damage to each creature. Gain 1 amber for each creature destroyed this way. Oh, I can't destroy any creatures right now. Well, that's probably not the best thing to play. But no, I'm not going to play Shadow because I want to play them when I can get in some stuff. So I guess I'm going to play Unfathomable. So I've got the Keyraken. He's elusive. After any enemy creature reaps, it does not ready during its controller's next ready card step. So that's good, because that's what most of his guys do, are reap. Most of his guys reap, which means that they will exhaust and then they won't attack for doing that. And then I can't do either of these because he doesn't have anybody out right now. So I'm going to, while the tide is low, he does no damage. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Undognathus, which does 12 minus 6, so it does 6 damage. That takes him down to 45. And then he does 3 damage back to me. So I am at 9. Alright. So that is done. So I bring everybody back. And back. And then I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So draw 1. I need cyborg creature. Well, that's not going to help me out. He doesn't have any cyborg creatures or whatnot. Alright, so we do the card first. Alright, so we have Swift Current, which is another artifact. Good lord, he's already getting so many artifacts out. Power, so when he uses this action, the Keyraken's creature with the highest power captures 1 amber from you. You have no amber, destroy Swift Current and lower the tide. So this doesn't play this turn, so this is going to come in tapped. So now the Keyraken is going to reap for 2. And then he's going to do this. Stun and exhaust one of your creatures that is not already stunned. I'm going to exhaust him. Stun him. Alright. Alright, so that is it for there. So oh, hang on. I forgot, when he played this, he got 1 for that one. And then he played that, so he got 2 for this one. What is he up to? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. He needs 13, and he'll come up to the surface once. We can't let it go to low tide. If it goes to low tide, he's already got enough to go up once. Alright, so that is that. Nope, he stays exhausted till the end of my next turn.
Sure.
Yep, your turn.
I play Untamed.
Untamed.
Destroy unactive.
Is that on play? Yep. Yeah, that's on play. So that means you destroy it now. I don't know which one you want to destroy. That stun one's annoying. Probably the one that stuns us is more annoying than him stealing more. Because if his creature captures, say I capture and creature, yeah. If his creature captures one of our amber, that's like not the end of the world, because if we kill the creature, then it comes back to us, right? Your discard, not my discard. Oh, no, that's his discard. Yeah, you're right. That's all you had for Untamed?
Because I thought about it and I didn't do it, and it had this one that is a logos that says you may play a non-logos card this turn. So I could have done non-logos first, because my shuffle didn't really work well.
Yeah. Our shuffles never really work well. Alright. So, unexhaust your creature. And then it's his turn. Alright, so it is an action, play. The Keyraken gains 1 amber for each creature you control that shares a house with one or more of its neighbors to a maximum of 4. So that's 0, because you have no other creatures out there. Okay, so yeah, that did him absolutely no good. Alright, Keyraken, I see what you're doing there, bud. So what do we need? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So he reaps for 2. And then action, the Keyraken's creature with the highest, and he has none, so this doesn't do anything here. Okay. So far, the Keyraken has not been very strong against us. Alright, what do I want to play? Yeah, that's right, because the Keyraken's not called a creature. So most of the cards say that it does damage to a creature or something, so that's why you don't get the Keyraken. Oh, he has no creatures out. Every single card I have is for creatures. And every single one of my things is a play action too. Everything I have is play.
Oh, I didn't draw cards.
Yeah, you should be at 6. Yep. Make sure neither one of us have. All right. So I'm gonna play Unfathomable just so I can play something. So I'm gonna play Cup of Water, which doesn't do anything. It basically stuns the sideboard creatures. I mean, there aren't any, but I do get 1 amber for that. So I can return creatures. Yeah, but I don't want to return 4 and the tide is high. Yeah, that's it. That's all I can do. Okay. So to get rid of, I forget how to get rid of stun. I think you have to take a turn to get rid of stun. Stun creature becomes stunned, plays a stun status. Cannot fight, leap, or use other abilities. A stunned ready creature that could normally be used can instead be used by exhausting it to remove its stun count. Wow, okay. So I have to, alright, so I have to ready him and then I have to exhaust him on the next turn. So it's going to take me 2 turns to be able to use him. Alright, so I'm just going to attack, man. I'm going to attack the Keyraken. So that does, still at 6, so it does 6 damage to him, so that puts him at 39. Getting him was good, holy cow. And then he does 3 damage to me. Because, like, he's so strong, right? Alright, and then I can ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 6. Reach advantage, alright. And now it is the Keyraken's turn. Now again, we are playing on easy. Normally you'd be drawing 2 cards in between. Again, it's just so that way, one, we're still rusty. We haven't played KeyForge in months. Or since last year, maybe? No, we were going to play it on the channel.
This was the first game we played after Pokemon.
After Pokemon. So it would have been in the new year because we were going to play it on the channel. Yeah. So he gets 1 amber. So go ahead and put an amber on him. What's he up to? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Really? He's going to have it on the next turn. But action, play, ward the Kraken and each of its creatures. So a ward token is this blue one, which means I think we have to do 1 extra damage to get rid of it. So I think you have to get rid of the ward with an attack. So it's basically you waste an attack, if I'm not mistaken, on a ward. That is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Archives Capture Enhanced. Ward. When a creature becomes warded, place a ward status on it. And a creature with a ward counter would be damaged or leave play. Instead, discard each ward counter. Okay. Well, luckily, all the creatures warded can have the ward. Luckily, he didn't have any creatures out here to, you know, get that with. But he did get 2 more amber, so he definitely has enough to come to the top. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Oh no, is he at 12? 2,
yeah.
4, 8, 10, 12. No, he's at 14. But he needs 13 because you've got. Oh no, your guy's not out there no more. Oh, he destroyed that one guy that made it 13, so he only needs 12. Okay. So he'll do that on the beginning of his next turn. And then action, the Keyraken's creatures. Oh, and he doesn't have any creatures, so that doesn't do anything. So that is the end of the Keyraken's turn.
Your turn?
Your turn.
I play Lagos.
Lagos.
And I play my artifact. It says, at the start of each player's turn, if the tide is high for that player, they gain 1 amber.
That means he's going to gain 1 amber too.
I don't understand this one. It says, if the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide, but if it is high...
Play or reap. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. Otherwise, you raise the tide. Yeah, the way that's worded is kind of weird. So normally there's another tide card that comes in the regular box that's half and half. So it's low tide on one side, high tide on the other, and you flip it around. Basically, this is just saying, and I don't know why it's worded this way. If the tide is high, your opponent raises the tide. So if the tide is high when you do this, it'll flip it to be high towards your opponent. Otherwise, you raise the tide towards you. That's all. So it's basically you play this card and reap to get the tide back towards you being high. That's all. So that's good. I mean, that's good because that'll allow you to raise the tide each turn. So that's good. I mean, so right now you play it. Unfortunately, it says if the tide is high, which means you're going to drop this to low now because it was already high. Well, no. It says it only makes it high, right? Yeah. That's one of the things where I think with these adventure, because you're playing against the AI, that some of the cards don't make as much sense as they should. So it's always up to interpretation. So I'm going to interpret it that guy just makes the tide high. Or he makes the tide high for the Kraken, which in both cases the tide is high, right? Yeah. So that's fine.
Yeah, so with my artifact we could make, gain.
Yeah, you would gain.
But he would too.
Well, it's not, hang on, well, it's not Omni. It doesn't say Omni at the start of, each player's turn. Yeah, so all of us would be gaining. All three of us would be gaining. Mm-hmm. It just puts us on more of a time crunch playing this. I'm not having trouble damaging him right now. I'm not needing to make a key. I mean, if you're needing to make a key, that's one thing. But I don't know if you have anything that would let you remove that artifact. You had one thing that said remove an artifact, but you already played it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So I'm playing this one. Oh, it's high again?
Yeah, it stays high because we don't have that flip upside down tide thingy that you would normally have in a normal game. It's always high.
Because it is high, it is raised.
Yeah, it's raised. Yeah.
That's what I get. Okay, so I was going to pay something for when it is low.
Yeah, it's not. It's going to be low in a minute. After his turn, it's going to be low in a minute.
I don't know what to play. Each player loses one amber. If the tie is high, each player loses half their amber instead, rounding down to the last.
Yeah, so you could play that. Oh, that would be good. That makes him get rid of all of his amber. I mean, we're going to lose amber, but he's going to ascend right now if we don't get rid of his amber. So if you got that, that's perfect because he loses half.
Okay.
So he has. 2,
so each player
4,
loses 1.
6, 7, right? 2, 4.
Each player loses half.
Yeah, if the tide is high,
so
each player loses half.
So
he loses half. Yeah, we each lose 1. That's fine. That was perfect. That was a perfect card to play. Because now he's not going to ascend, so that's good.
Mm. So now should I play the artifact or not? Or still not? Because everybody would gain 1 amber.
I'm thinking the way this particular game plays, you don't ever want to play that artifact in this particular. But see, here's the same problem: is like if you're playing against a normal player too, you'd be giving them the benefit of getting 1 amber each turn too. I don't know when you would play that one, to be honest. I mean, if you want to play it, go for it. We can probably get around it.
No.
I don't know. I don't know why you would play that card even in a normal 2-player game. Because like I said, in a normal 2-player game, you would still be giving your opponent amber.
If the tide is high, move 1 amber from each creature to its controller's pool.
Yeah, so what that's for is once your creatures steal, you'd play that card to get them off of your creatures.
No.
There's probably none that you can play. That was probably it. Okay, so now you can attack, but unfortunately it would be better if you attack and get rid of that ward, even though you're not going to do any damage. You're going to take damage because then I can attack on my turn. But right now I can't attack. If I attack, it's a waste of attack because I have to get rid of that first. So it's your choice. Well, you can't attack with him because he came in exhausted. You can attack for 5, which just gets rid of the ward, but then you take 3 damage. Alright.
And he died? Exhausted?
He's just, yeah, you're exhausted because you used him. Alright, and then that's all you have. So then you unexhaust. Yeah, unexhaust both. Yep. Alright. Now it is his turn. Alright. Hey, we finally got a creature. Lashing Tentacle. Prey, the most powerful creature. So he's going to go after the most powerful creature. Alright. He is going to reap for 2. And then action, the Keyraken's creature with the highest power, which is that one, although he's exhausted, so he can't do anything. Okay. So unexhaust, draw cards, unexhaust. And my turn. So alright, I'm gonna play Saurian. Oh, I messed up. I attacked with him 2 times and I shouldn't have, because I had played a different action both those times. So he goes to, what was that, 12? That'll be 12, right? So 6 is 45. And then another, so it'll be 51. Oh, I thought we were doing so good. I mean, the only thing is I couldn't attack with him either, meaning my guy's still at, my guy's still at full health. This means I've never attacked with him. I think, right? I'd have to go back now and look, because I've only played one Sauron, so I've never been able to attack, because when he first came in, he would have been exhausted. Alright, I'm playing him this time now. I'm playing Saurons this time. Alright, so I'm playing Reach Advantage if the tide is high, which it is. A friendly creature captures 3 amber. Capture 3 amber, otherwise raise the tide. So, problem is, do I have a way to get this off of my creature is going to be a question. I'm going to put on my big guy. Alright, and that gives me 1 amber. 4 for what? And then destroy 1/3. I don't want to destroy 1/3 of anything. Alright. So that's all I can do there. So now I'm going to attack with him, which will finally do the 6 damage from last turn. So 45. And then that puts me at 9 hit points. Alright. And it's the Keyraken's turn. So he has action, drag to your doom, play. Purge your most powerful creature. If the tide is high, you may lower the tide instead. So what is Purge? KS Purge. Purge is not a word in the book. Poison, taunt. Yeah, there's no word for purge. Yeah. Creep, bite, damage, archives, capture, enrage, exalt, stun.
Right before.
Maybe it's in his thing? Losing upgrades. Wow, I know basically he's going to, I think purge just means get rid of something that's on them and there's nothing on them. So he would basically want to lower the tide anyways to make it easier for himself. We're just going to say he lowers the tide. Alright. And then it's his turn, so he reaps. And then his power action, the Keyraken's creature with the highest power, which is only 1, captures 1 amber from me. And unfortunately, I had amber, so we still don't destroy that thing. All right. Hey, Dave, how you doing, man? And then this guy attacks the most powerful creature. So he attacks me, and then it says skirmish, which means I think he can't be damaged. I think skirmish means that he doesn't take any damage. I feel like at a certain point, I feel like they stopped putting the keywords in the book because they expected people to know what the keywords were. Because skirmish is not in here either. Artifacts, actions. Capture, chains, enhance, enrage. Done. Yeah. So they took it out of the book, or they never had it in the book. So I don't know what skirmish does. I think skirmish means that he doesn't take damage. I think that's what skirmish means. It's not in the instructions. And we don't have any card. See, like elusive. It doesn't tell you what elusive is here. The only reason I know what it is because we had a card that actually said what it meant. I don't have any cards with skirmish on it. No. Yeah, let me see your phone real quick. Yeah, that's it's disappointing when they stop putting the words because like Pokemon did it too. They felt that everybody knew what the words meant. But it's like you do know you have new players, right? Skirmish. So skirmish rules, KeyForge. Rule says in the card that when used to fight, now but what does it mean? Fight means that it is a creature involved in fighting. Skirmish is only when the creature to attack elusive as the opponent attacks you. There's no attack keyword. Under the glossary for fighting, the creature is to fight instead of attacking. See, I think skirmish is the opposite of evasive. Elusive stops damage. Skirmish is only when the creature fights. What does skirmish mean? Skirmish, when a creature with the skirmish keyword is used to fight, it takes no damage. Takes no damage. Yeah, so you don't hurt it when it attacks. So it's going to attack me because I would knock it out. I got 12. So he's going to attack me and take no damage. So I lose 3 more hit points. That's what I thought it meant. All right. Okay, well, I guess that wasn't terribly bad, but it wasn't great because he's going to be able to ascend next turn unless we can raise the tide. Oh, you can raise the tide. Never mind. Yeah, you're going to be able to raise the tide on your turn. Oh, I forgot to ready mine. Alright, so your turn. Hey, Dave, thanks for that $5. We will be putting that towards Extra Life. We made a donation the other day for you. I think it was $25 that we made.
I play Saurian.
You paid Saurian, okay.
Trojan Sauropod.
Now remember, if you play Saurian, then you can't raise the tide. Unless you have a Saurian that can raise the tide.
If the tide is high, move 1 umber from each creature to its controller's pool. Otherwise, raise the tide. So raise the tide.
So what? Oh, do you have a Saurian? Okay. Play. If the tide is high, move 1 from creature to the controllers. Otherwise, okay, yeah, so that raises the tide. Okay, you can play your Saurians, and that's good. You play that, so that raises the tide. It's not raised. Okay.
And I want to play this. This is an.
Well, your Trojan horse, right? Or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what does that do? That had a lot of text on it. It confused me.
It says Trojan Sauropod enters play.
This weekend when we'll be streaming Saturday. So always Saturdays we seem to be very good at making because people vote on a game for us to play. So it'd be Saturday at 8.
Omni. Gain 3 amber. Your opponent reveals their hand and puts each creature from it into play ready, then refills their hand as if it were their draw cards deck.
Okay.
Destroy Trojan. Oh!
Yeah, so that is like their hand is their archive, and we haven't had a single card go into their archive yet. So hang on, what does it do?
Where was my archive?
Oh, it's an artifact. So it's gonna come in. It's gonna come in exhausted, anyways.
It was this one. It was like, what is this card doing?
Yeah. All right. So you can play it now to get your 1 amber, but it's gonna come in exhausted.
To gain 3.
But then Omni, he can use it as well to gain 3, and you can use it to gain 3. So he's gonna be able to use it to gain 3. Omni means anybody can use your artifact.
The artifact.
And if you do, if he does use it, say he uses it against you, then you're going to reveal your hand and put each creature from it into play, ready. Then you refill your hand as if you were at the draw card step, and then this gets destroyed. So whoever gets to use it first is actually going to get the benefit from it, which is going to be him, because this is going to ready, and then he's going to do it on his turn. If I'm not mistaken, they use our artifacts. The Keyraken uses our artifact. Oh no, he can't, because he doesn't have that house. He's the house of Keyraken. Hang on, let me see. Keyraken creatures. Each enemy artifact is used. After Keyraken and his creatures are used, each of the Keyraken's artifacts is used. Exhaustion. The player uses a card ability to give one or more of the artifacts to the Keyraken, and those artifacts have Omni abilities. Those abilities trigger. Okay, so it's if we give him an artifact. Okay, so we give him an artifact. You're not giving him that artifact. So you would only be able to play. He can't play this because he's not this. So you're good. You're good. So that comes in exhausted though. And you do get your one. Yeah, you get your one amber.
And I can play. Oh, see, I can play my Sensor Fellow. Sensor Fellow cannot be dealt damage by creatures with amber on them.
That's that guy there.
Only
well, yeah, because he's the only one that's got amber on him.
And
although he's beefy, he does a lot of damage. Oh, you're gonna kill that one dude this turn, so.
After Venator, Autumn is dealt damage if the tide is low. Exalt Venator.
Yeah, I figured what Exalt is. Probably gonna have to look that one up as well.
Yeah, these words are.
They need to put the definitions back on the cards. I don't think Fantasy Flight is watching any of our streams. No, they're Exalt. When an effect instructs you to exalt a creature, take one amber from the common supply and place it on that creature. When a creature with amber on it leaves play, the amber is placed in the opponent's pool. Okay, so he just gets amber added to him, which then you can pull off with that one card that says take amber off your creatures, right?
And for that the tide has to be low.
Yeah, well that's fine. You get all your creatures out. Put them down here. We'll have to, because we're playing kind of in the same spot. How about this? Move your artifact down here. It gives you more room over here. All right, so you're going to attack. Oh no, you can't attack. You don't have any Sauropod, any of these guys out already. You can't attack this turn. That's what screwed me up the last turn. Which honestly, you attacked one turn. Was that? I don't even know if that was the correct house. We may have messed up then too. That's the hardest part about this game, is remembering that you can only play the cards on the board that are from your house as well. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that's fine. You can't attack. Okay, so ready your guys. Draw back to 6.
How can I discard cards then?
Oh, you can discard at the end of your turn too. If you don't want the cards, you can discard them.
Because I don't want to play this.
Yeah, so you can you can discard the one or both if you want to discard both.
So
same as Marvel Champions. You can discard during your turn before you draw. Alright, so now it is his turn again. Oops. I drew 2 cards. Problem is, because these are paper, they're very thin, so it's very easy to grab multiple. Alright, so you got a Crushing Arm creature, so it really doesn't matter what he does. Oh, he's got 9 hit points though. He's a beefy boy. He's a little bit beefy.
Again?
Well, yeah, there's like a couple of them in there. Alright, so the Keyraken now needs 12 again, so he's got 2, 4, 6, he's only got 8, but he reaps for 2. He does this action against you. Keyraken's creature with the highest power, which is this guy here, captures 1 amber from you. You have to kill him to get it back. Or I have to kill him. Somebody's got to kill him. Right? So he did that. And then Prey, the most powerful creature, he's going to attack that for 3, which is this guy here. So now that guy is going to have 4 hit points. Because you do no damage back. Oh, no, hang on. You had 2 armor, though. So that's good. So that means you actually have... He only did 1 damage to you. Ooh, that's a nice guy. He's got 2. He's got 2 armor. My big dude doesn't even have armor. None of my guys have armor. Alright, well, that's good. Alright, so he readies. Back to me. Alright, so I'm going to play... Oops, I'm going to first draw a card, so I'm at 6 cards. Because that may change what I want to do. Ooh, I have the same dude you have. I don't want to destroy 1/3 of all friendly creatures. You put so many creatures out. This is useless for me. I'm going to have to discard that, you know. Alright. So I'm going to play... I'm going to do Unfathomable. So I'm playing Thundertoe. Exhaust 2 creatures. Boop. Boop. Exhaust 2 creatures and deal 2 damage to each of those creatures. So this guy will be at, you know, what, 9 minus 2, 7? Yeah, 7. And then the other guy do 2 damage, so he's at 1. So that's good. And I get 1 amber for doing that. Congratulations. And then I'm going to play Abandoned Ship, so I get an amber. And then it says return a creature to its hand. If the tide is high, return 4. So I'm going to return this one and this one to his hand, which means I get those ambers. Now his hand is his archives, meaning that on my turn these are going to come right back though, because things have to come back. But that did that, so I'm at what, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh, need that, guys. And that's all I can do. All right. Oh no, hang on. I can exhaust this guy, so that way I can get rid of my stun. All right. So I'm going to discard this card that I'm not going to be able to use. I'm going to get everybody back. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah! So basically we've won. We can almost win the game now once I get her out. So I got my effigy. So this is basically a guaranteed win as long as you can get enough creatures out there to have the reap ability. Because every time it reaps, it puts a counter on her.
Only you?
Yeah. Only me. All right, so we have to do the archive first. So that brings both of these back. And then I draw a card. So here we go. So he gets 1 amber for this. Oh, was he at 12 yet? 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, that puts him at 11. All right, so we got to get that amber off of him. Race to the surface, play. For each time the Keyraken has advanced this game, it archives 1 adventure card. Draw that many cards. All right, well, he has not advanced at all, so that didn't do anything except for give him something. All right, so then he reaps, gets him 2, so now he is at enough to surface. And then action, the Keyraken with the highest power captures 1 from you. So that would be that guy there. And then that is the end of that turn, so this gets readied. This gets readied. Man, I was so close to a key, too. All right, it's back to you. Dave does the thinking face. Yeah, Dave, this effigy, basically, once she turns into a creature, she has 100 power, and the Keyraken only has 45 health left. Depending on what house you're playing. Now remember, you can only use this ability, though, if you play that house. You can only attack with these guys if you play those houses.
Okay, I play that.
That, which one?
But that is only one.
Yeah, but I mean, you use it to get your 3, and so you can attack. Yeah.
I play Saurian, he is a creature.
Alright, so you have a creature. So he has an action, which means you can't do that because you don't have the action step. Because he's asleep. He's duerme. Alright. Are you going to use your Omni ability?
Yes.
Alright, so gain 3. And then it says your opponent reveals their hand and puts each creature, but he has nothing in his hand, into play, and then refills their hand as if it was the draw card step, which he doesn't do.
And then destroy.
And then you destroy it. So it's basically to get the 3. It also forces them to put all of their creatures out, so that way in a normal game you could have it, attack those. Did you see the new Ravenloft D&D book that came out? No, we've not ever played D&D. We haven't looked into any of that. We do have a couple D&D-esque board games that we have on order from Kickstarter. So that's probably the closest we're going to get for a while. All right, so are you going to attack it?
Attack it.
So this guy's got 9. This guy's got 3.
This one.
So this guy can't attack him. He's going to attack the most powerful flank creature, which is going to be, well, they're both 5. This is a 5, that's a 5.
Yeah.
He kind of protected him.
But this is, the powerful is what they are.
Yeah,
is
what they originally are. And then this guy, he's going to attack the most powerful creature altogether. So he's going to go after this guy again. So if you knock him out, then he's not going to attack you. You can't knock both out. I mean, the most damage you can do is 7 to one and 5 to the other. If you do him though, he's gonna knock you out.
So 5 to this one.
He's gonna get knocked out too. You know that, right?
Let's see.
Okay. So 5 to the big guy. That puts him down to 4.
He's going to be knocked out too.
You're gonna do 7 to the.
No.
7 to the little guy. Yeah. I mean, if you do, you do 7 to the little guy, which you're gonna block, so you only take 1 damage if you do that. Okay. 5. Yep. So he's gone, and then you destroyed him. So that allows him to do 3 damage to the Keyraken. All right. So the first thing to do is, I think we verify if he can come to the surface first. Which we did. Okay. Advances if able. Yep. So he can advance. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So he advances, and this goes over, so we're down to 3 more advances. Christmas. All right. What did you get? You got Beast of Dark Legend action. Play. The Keyraken gains 1 amber for each of your unforged keys. If the tide is high, the Keyraken archives 1 adventure card, so it's not. You have 3 unforged keys, so he gets nice. Boy, and he only needs 6 in 1 low tide. Alright. Now he reaps. Which gets him up to 6. And then action, the Keyraken's creature with the highest, which is him, is going to take 1 from you. And then this guy is going to attack the least powerful flank creature. So they're the same, so you can choose. I mean, do you want the guy that's already hurt?
Yeah.
Alright, so he's going to attack that. You do 5 damage back to him, though. So that does knock him out.
Okay.
And then we do... He's knocked out, too, because he does 9 damage. But, because he was destroyed, that is another 3 damage to the Keyraken. Alright. Oh, you forgot to ready all your boys at the end of your turn. Are you back to 6 cards?
See what I'm gonna.
Alright, well, it's my turn, so you have a chance. Alright, I've got to get her out, so I'm going to play Unfathomable. That way I can get my effigy out. See, the problem is it says after an enemy creature reaps, so it doesn't count when the Keyraken reaps. Alright. And then I'm going to... it hasn't had a single creature out there that can reap. It did at the beginning, and then we didn't get them anymore, right? Yeah, these have all been prey. Prey, prey. Action, prey, the least powerful, elusive. Yeah, reap. The first guy was reap, which means we got the other reap ones in there. We've got the other reap ones in there. So attacking him is going to do no good because he's going to block it all because he's got 6 armor. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to ready, and then I'm going to go back to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Got lots of dark though. I guess I'm playing dark next to you. And I did not have enough to forge a key. Alright, so he has enough. I didn't have any way to get rid of it, so he has enough. Oh, hang on. Before our turn, I can raise the tide. How many you have 5? Do you want to pay 1 to raise the tide? Alright. Before that, let's raise that tide before that happens. Alright, now he doesn't. Now he doesn't ascend. Alright. Alright, what do we got? We got action, the evil in the ranks. Play. Deal 3 damage to each of your flank creatures. If the tide is high, the Keyraken archives 1 adventure card. Lo siento, mi amor. You have an extra card on the next turn, and he does 3 damage. Dang it! He knocks that guy out. Oh, no. He's elusive, so he didn't take any damage. He's elusive. This guy does. Dang it. That's getting... yeah. No bueno. Okay. He reaps for 2. And then he doesn't have any creatures, so that doesn't do anything again. Alright. So back to you.
So I play this action. It says for the remainder of your turn, after you play another action card, gain one number.
Okay.
So, backup plan. For each creature your opponent controls in excess of you, besides me, does it mean?
Yeah.
Archive the top card of your deck.
But he doesn't control anything. He has no creatures. You can play it; it just doesn't do anything. And if you're just yeah, it makes that work.
And now I'm going to play. So I gain 1.
You gain 1. So now you're at 6, which means you'll be able to forge a key.
I'm at 4 because I pay. I'm at
5 again.
Because,
okay.
And now you may play a non-logos card this turn.
Okay.
I don't gain mass, right? It's just 1.
No, is that an action?
Sí,
for the remainder of this turn, after you play another action card. Yeah, so you gain another one for that one.
So I'm going to play Chelonia.
Okay.
It's elusive. It describes what elusive is.
Yeah. That one describes it, because he's an older card, I think. I think he's an older card. Then after you play another creature, if the tide is... Okay, so that's the one you gain Amber when it's high. Okay. So all your guys come in, you get rid of all your actions there.
Yeah. And after
and
I
then you
play
do
another creature.
Well, but you can only play another creature if it's Logos. You can only play him because of that other card.
Oh, me.
Right? And then when it says you can play
a non-logo card this turn.
A non. Yeah, so A. The A is singular. Yeah, uno. So the only thing you could do then is attack, which you don't want to do because you'll die. And the tide is already high, so there's really nothing that guy can do. All right. So ready everything up, and then draw back to 6. And then you get Insale e jugar Adri. Enseñale.
Like I have to teach you.
Alright, teach you.
No.
Alright. So we have to draw this one first. So you got a grappling tentacle. Prey, the most powerful non-flank creature. That's not good. And then this one here. Zealot's Revenge, or Revelation. Not Revenge, Revelation. Shuffle the adventure discard pile into the adventure deck. And the Keyraken archives 3 adventure cards. If the tide is high, you may lower the tide instead. So he is... Alright, so we can either... You can either have him shuffle... So here's what happens. You can either have him shuffle all of these back in here and draw 3 cards that I'll have to take next turn. Or you can lower the tide. Do I have any way to raise the tide on my turn? I can raise the tide. I just have to pay 2 to raise it.
And I mean, 3 cards for you? You would get 3 cards?
It's either I get 3, well 4, because I get this too. Either I get 3 plus the 1, so I get 4, or you lower the tide and then we have to pay. How many amber do you have?
6.
Well, you're gonna lose 1 because of that stupid thing. I'm going to pay it because I want that guy to attack me one time when I have no amber. So that way we get rid of that stupid thing. So I would say just lower the tide.
Okay. So for that we pay? The one we pay?
No, well, my turn I'll pay. You don't. You want to try to make your key. Alright, so he goes, so he reaps 2, 4, 6, 8, so he's at 10. And then... This guy is going to make this guy steal 1 from you. I know, that's the problem. You were so close to forging your key. Alright, so now it is my turn. I'm going to pay the 2, raise the tide back up. I'm going to play my Saurians again. So I'm going to play... Dino, you didn't. Like, oh no, you didn't. Dino, you didn't. Dino, you didn't. Or Dino, you didn't. But playing him, destroy an enemy creature with amber on it. So I get that amber. I destroy this, which was ready, but that's fine. So that does 3 more damage to him. And then I'm going to play my Ventor Ultim. Oh, that was an action. Never mind. And I do get... When I played that action, I did get 1 amber. Come here. 1 amber for that action. Then I'm going to play Ventor Ultim, so it's the same as yours. After Ventor Ultim is dealt... Okay, he gets exalted if he gets damage done to him. Alright, and that's all I've got. And then I'm going to take myself out of the game. Oh, man. So I can do damage to him. The problem is he's going to get 3 more amber if I do. Because his thing is going to damage me. What's he at? 2, 4, 6, 8. 10. That's going to give him enough to surface again. It's the only way we're currently doing damage to him. I'm going to do it. That's fine. So he gets those 3. My guy gets taken out. But I at least do 6 damage to him. So that takes him down to 30. 30. Alright. So ready my cards. It's discarded. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, and 6. All right. So he has enough. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And this goes to 2. Oh my God. All right, we got 2 more of those left. He gained a lot that time. I feel like he gained that much quicker than the whole first part of the game. Okay. It's because that thing keeps stealing them from us. Although, well, that's not that big a deal. He steals them from us, and then as soon as we kill it, we get it back. So it's not really... Alright, so upgrade. That's not good. The Keyraken gains Reap. Archive 1 adventure card. After player forges a key, destroy it. Alright, so now he has another upgrade. Which gets added to him. Yeah, that's not good.
I got my Archon.
Alright, so he's going to Reap, which means that he gets 2. And then he's going to archive an adventure card. And then this is going to do nothing because there's no creatures to do anything with. Okay, so it is back to you.
What is chain?
Chain is something that prevents you from being able to draw a card during your turn. I think it's 1 card. I think it limits your hand size by 1. Reaping.
And also, what do we purge say?
Purge gets rid of, I think, conditions. It's not in here. The only thing, purge is get rid of things. That's what purge always means. Where's chain? I saw it. 1 power, golden age, fight damage.
It says gain 1 chain.
Yeah, you gain a chain, which is supposed to be bad. But it usually comes because the card is really powerful.
But, well, a little bit, but not much. Well, kind of. Because it says destroy each creature with power 4 or lower.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't do anything good. He doesn't have any creatures out right now. Yeah, that's why. You're destroying all of the creatures with 4 or lower. It's a really powerful move. So yeah, the chain basically lets you draw like 1 less card or something. Where it doesn't even mention it. It's got to mention it in here. It's like a key part of the. Yeah, oh, here we go. Chain tracker. Certain card abilities cause a player to gain chains. The chain tracker pictured is used. Players at least 1 chain when refilling. Yeah. So it's that little tracker we have here. So when you gain a chain, it makes you draw 1 less card. So it, basically, when you get this, you 2 less cards. Yeah, it says then they draw pure cards based on the chain tracker. Then they shed 1 chain and lower the chain tracker. So basically, for 1 turn, you would draw 1 less card. Pretty much. Wow, I can't believe we have I've got this card, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the card that'll win the game for us. And he doesn't have a single creature that can reap. Like, we don't want to kill whatever creatures come out that can reap. Because those are ones that are going to help me.
I'm going to play Unseen.
Oh, he's fuzzy. Alright, so you get 2.
Fuzzy. Your opponent gains 1.
But you gain 2. He gets 1, you get dos. Alright, and he comes in exhausted. Oh, where do you want him on which side? Well, I guess it doesn't matter, they're both 2 on both sides.
I got an upgrade. Oh wait. Youngest. You may reap with 1 of youngest bear's neighbors. Huh?
Okay. It means that where you play him, you can actually have him have 1 of his neighbors reap. So when you reap, it means that you reap plus when you, instead of him reaping, because he's only got 2 hit points, you could have like a bigger guy reap, like him. Yeah. So where do you want to play him? Here?
Upgrade. This creature gains reap. Gain 1.
Way to pixie upgrade. Sorry. This creature gains reap. No, that means that they gain that ability. So you can play that on, like if you want to play it on him, right? Because right now you don't want to attack with him, but you can add the reap to him, so that way you can actually have him reap this turn if you wanted.
Okay, that's it.
All right, you're gonna have him reap.
See.
All right, so he reaps. So then he gains 1. No, reap goes into your hand. Yep. Capture goes on them. Okay. All right, so that's it. So then you can. Oh, did it really rip? Oh yeah, ripped. Yeah, good thing Pokemon gives you a bunch of extra sleeves.
But it was not.
I know, that's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We have tons of sleeves. All right, so you draw back up, and then on your next turn, you'll be able to. Why did you didn't play that card that gave you a chain, did you? No, you didn't play that card. Yeah, but you can form your queue in your next turn, right? You have 6.
1.
Oh, so you got plenty, yeah. So you're gonna be able to form your key, which will get rid of this thing, which is what's making extra adventure cards show up. All right, so your first one is another upgrade. Oi. The Keyraken gains Skirmish. Prey, the most powerful creature, and fight, deal 3 damage to each neighbor of the creature the Keyraken fights. At the end of the Keyraken's turn, if you control no creatures, destroy Titanic Maw. Okay, so he gains Skirmish, meaning he takes no damage. He goes after the most powerful creature, and he now fights instead of reaps, I think. Hey. Keyraken. Keyraken turns. Keyraken. During this step, Keyraken is used first, and then each ready in the card. So anything. When Keyraken is used, it reaps and gains 1 amber. Hey, I've been giving it 2, haven't I? Yeah. It only gains 1. I thought it was 1 times the number of players. Only 1. Wow, we do this. We always make games, always make it harder for ourselves. Occasionally, upgrades and actions give the word pray. Okay, so it does that no matter what. It reaps no matter what, and then it just does everything else. Okay, so now your card, because that was the artifact card. Devour Whole. Play. For the remainder of the turn, the Keyraken gains Skirmish and Prey, the least powerful creature. It fights, then readies. It will fight again when it is used. The remainder of the turn, the Keyraken gains Skirmish and Prey's the least powerful creature. It fights, then readies.
Yeah, because it readies.
I don't get why. Like, these words make no sense. Like, why have all those words on there? Like, does this mean he's going to attack twice? He's going to fight now and he's going to fight because of his upgrade too? For the remainder of the turn, the Keyraken gains Skirmish and will prey the least powerful creature. Cool, got that. But why does he need a ready? It didn't tell me that he exhausts. Because in the rules it says you just go from left to right playing all of his cards.
What is the Skirmish?
Skirmish means that he doesn't take damage when he gets attacked, which this upgrade did anyways. When one of the Keyraken's creatures uses a creature reaps, unless it's got a prey word. Reaps gains. Occasionally upgrades or action cards give the prey word, in which case it fights. I don't get why they put the ready on there. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like the ready doesn't make sense. I guess maybe because you could draw another card that tells him to fight again. I don't get the ready. I get the ready like in terms of these cards because we would fight and exhaust our card and then it would ready it back up, right? I get it with ours, but I don't get it with him because he doesn't exhaust. So whatever. Okay, so he's basically going to prey the least powerful creature. So you have two least powerful creatures. Which one do you want him to attack? The one that raises the tide or the little bear that lets you reap? Okay. Well, he takes that out. This, he doesn't have any creatures, so he doesn't steal from you. This, he has Reap, so put in the adventure card. And then this, Prey. Prey the most powerful creature. Your most powerful creature is this guy here. Fight, deal 3 damage. Prey him. And fight. Deal 3 damage to each neighbor of the creature that Kraken fights. So basically he's going to do 3 to him, but you block 2, so it only does 1. He does 3 to this one, that knocks him out. He does 3 to that one, but you block 1, so it actually leaves you with 3. After he has dealt damage, if the tide is low, which it is, exalted. Okay. I didn't like that turn at all. Alright, well, it's back to me. I have lots of Shadow, so I think I'm going to play Shadow. Play, deal 1 damage to each creature, gain for each destroyed. Alright, so I'm going to play Mastermindy, which at the end of my turn I add scheme counters, and then I can remove the scheme counters from him or her to gain Amber. Then Hard Simpson, elusive. After Hard Simpson has dealt damage, steal 1 Amber. The tide is low, your opponent steals 1 instead. Alright, so I'm going to play him. Gas Pipes Malone before fight. The creature Gas Pipes Malone fights captures 1 Amber from its own side. And these I can't do because I have no creatures to attack. So I did all that. I'm going to pay 2 to flip over the tide, although we're technically we're further ahead than we... Technically, we probably should have like a whole nother thing left. We should be at 3 instead of 2 because I was doubling up there for a while. Yeah. And none of these guys are shadows, so I can't attack with any of them, so... I'm going to ready. My guys are falling off the table. I was hoping that he'd have somebody out here to reap, but he doesn't. All of his reaping characters aren't in the field. Alright, Emergence, play. Destroy 1 of your artifacts and exhaust 3 of your crew. There went our what I was going to try to do. Oh, I forgot to draw before I exhaust my creatures. You don't want to exhaust. The problem is I haven't even created a. Oh, and he gets an in. I haven't even created a key yet. I mean, you're going to have a key on your turn, which makes it so you can start to try to do damage. I mean, he's still going to have 4 armor, meaning you can't attack him with anybody less than 4. And even when you attack him with these guys, you can be doing 1. I think I'm going to do the sauropods next. Alright, so I'm just going to exhaust. Oh, hang on. At the end of your turn, I forgot to add a counter to that one. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Alright, so Keyraken gets 1. This doesn't do anything. Reap, archive 1 adventure card. Because we haven't gone yet, so that still happens. Titanic Maul, the Kraken Skirmish. Yay, Prey, the most powerful creature in fight. So it does 3 damage there, but I blocked 2, so it only does 1 damage. It does 3 damage. And he does 3 damage, and I didn't even get a chance to even use her ability. This is a little bit harder than I thought. We're playing it on easy. Alright. So, your turn. So, you forge your key first. You have to do that first. So, 6 amber to forge your key. You just flip one of them over. And then by doing that, after a player forges a key, destroy this. Like it's destroyed. So yay.
So the same thing until...
Well, you can attack. He only has 4 armor for you now. So you could actually kind of start attacking him because he only has 4 armor for you. If you have people that can do some nice damage to him, you know. Like you got...
I'll play...
I mean, because like you've got 2 guys that can do some damage on the board.
I'll play Logos.
Okay.
Play an action card from your discard pile, then purge it. I still don't understand what is purge.
Purge means completely get it out of the game. Oh, that's the purge earlier. Yeah. So that other purge was purge a creature, meaning completely take it out of the game so it can't be used. So earlier that was a choice, was to completely destroy a creature or...
I'm getting that.
Alright, so... Okay, Positron Bolt. That doesn't do you any good right now. He has no creatures out. That's the problem. We've had no creatures out, and that's the only way we can do damage to him. What are you trying to find? Play an action card from your discard pile. Let me see. You need to attack. We need to attack him, or you need to find a way to get Amber. One or the other.
What does it mean? Each creature enters prey enraged.
Enraged is a status, and basically you're enraged. You're mad. I think you either do more damage. I don't know, because this rule book is horrible. It doesn't say on the card? No, okay, so enrage is in here at least. When a creature becomes enraged, place an enraged status. When the creature with an enraged counter is used, it must fight if able. After a creature with an enraged counter fights, remove all enraged counters from it. It basically just means you can't use anything else. You can only fight. That's the only thing you can do with it. Basically what it makes him a fighter. It means you can only fight with him. That's all. until you fight once, and then you can do something else. So basically, you want to choose actions that are Logos actions, because you can only play Logos this turn. Yeah, so here are your Logos actions. Nothing's going to do damage to him. Nothing's going to get you Amber. Because Lagos probably isn't the faction you want to play. Why were you playing them?
Because I thought
you had a card you could use? Yeah.
That card could be used.
Well, no, it can if there were creatures, but there's no creatures for you to attack. Remember, it doesn't do damage to him because he's not a creature. No, that's what we were saying earlier. Because he's not a creature, it doesn't hit him. Your best bet is to play Saurian and start attacking with your creatures. Remember, this game, losing your creatures is not bad. You kind of want to lose your creatures. It's kind of the point of KeyForge. Unlike Pokemon where you get your creatures knocked out and then you lose the game because you lost 6 Pokemon, this one you just want to keep attacking and losing your creatures. Oh, I forgot to ready my...
But everything
oh, no, he
I
exhausted
need creatures. Me. Destroy your creature. Move 1 Amber from a creature.
But again, if you play Sauron, ignore all the cards in your hand and just attack. If you can't play any cards in your hand, so be it. It's the only way you can attack. Well, no, you can attack 2 ways. You can attack with Sauron. Or Sauron's the guy in the Lord of the Rings. Saurians. You can attack with these 2 guys too, but they don't do any damage, right? Because he's got 4 armor. Well, he does. He does 1 damage. But at least if you do these 2, you can do 3 damage and 1 damage, right? So there's no Saurian cards in your hand?
Yes, but...
Damage. If it says damage a creature, ignore it. So damage a creature, ignore it. Damage a creature, ignore it.
Lose 1 Amber.
To do what?
If you do purge a creature, there are no creatures. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Move 1 Amber from 1 creature to another, and I don't understand what that is done for.
So basically, if you have an Amber on you, you could move it from your creature to their creature, kill their creature, and take the Amber.
No, that cannot be done. Destroy each creature with power 4 or lower. Then the only one thing that I got is each creature enters play enraged.
Oh, yeah, no, then just attack with them. Just say you choose that house and then attack, I guess.
Okay, Saurian.
Alright, so
attack!
So attack with him. So he's got 4 armor. You do attack for 7, so that does 3 damage. That's 27. And then you take 3 damage. So he takes 3 damage. Oh, no, sorry. 3 minus 2. You only take 1 in damage. Where were you at?
You told me to...
Take 3 damage.
Take 3?
Yeah, you should only take 1. Can you see it on your phone over there? Because you're kind of behind. I want to think it was 5. I think you were at 5. Yeah, I think you were at 5, so you're right, 5. So it'd be 1. Alright, and then this guy attacks. So he's got 4 armor, so you attack for 1. And then he attacks you for 3, but you stop 1, so you only take 2 damage. So you're down to 1 hit point. From that guy.
We still have to roll 26.
I know. We're probably not going to beat it. I mean, it's 10 o'clock. I was hoping that other card would take him out. I don't know what we're doing wrong. I know the other guys that played this had the same issue where they weren't making their keys quick enough. Our problem is we don't have creatures. Because if we could just keep, like that card you had where it says knock out every creature that's 4 or lower, you could take out 4 creatures and do 16 damage. There's no creatures. We had a couple at the beginning, and I mean, that's where most of his hit points came off. I mean, he was at 60. We've beaten him halfway. All right. Race to the Surface, play. So he gains 1. For each time the Kraken has advanced this game, it archives 1 card. So it's 2. Draw that many cards. Oh. Oh, so you get to draw 2 cards.
And I discard all of my cards?
No, draw 2 cards.
Draw 2?
Yes, draw. It put 2 in the archive, you get to draw 2 cards. Okay. Alright. Ascending Jet, artifact. Power, give the Keyraken's creature with the lowest power +1 counters. If that creature has 9 or more power, destroy Ascending Jet. He doesn't have any creatures, though. Alright, so he reaps for 1. There's no creatures, that doesn't do anything. So he is going to pray the most powerful creature and fight. That's your most powerful creature. So he's going to attack for 3. You stop 2, so you only take 1 damage. So 3. You have 3 hit points left. And then deal 3 damage to each neighbor of that creature that he was fighting, which means this guy is Duetame. The end of his turn, if you control no creatures, discard it. And unfortunately, both of us don't control, we still control creatures. Okay, so my turn. I don't know how to do damage to him either. Because everything's, same thing. It's deal 1 damage to a creature, deal 1 damage to a creature, right? Everything's deal 1 damage to a creature. Alright, so I'm going to play Saurians as well. That was the only card I had. So I'm going to, same thing, I'm going to attack. Unfortunately, he's still got, the attack he does no good. Because he's still got 4 armor. He's still got 6 armor on me because I have no... Whatever, alright, that's fine, whatever. Attack. He does 3, I stop 1, so I'm down to 5. I did a whole 1 damage! Yay! Predator will play. If the tide is low, heal 6 damage from the Keyraken. If the tide is high, you gain 3 chains. Oosh. That is redonkulous. It's going to take me 2 turns, or 3 turns, to get my full drawback. Alright, and the next one, he gains 1. Race to the Surface for each time the Keyraken is advanced. Put 2 cards in the archive, and draw 2 cards. Hey, at least I got to do that right after he prevented me from being able to draw cards. Oh, I forgot on my turn to ready everybody back up. Alright, now we go through the... That is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That does nothing because there's no creatures. So he's going to target my strongest guy. Really doesn't matter. I guess I want to target this one. So he's going to fight him. He takes 1. And then he attacks this guy. This guy is down to... Oh, evase, elusive, so he doesn't take damage because he's been... Oh, no. And then deal 3 damage, so it's not attack. He's not attacking it. It's dealing splash damage. After Hard Samson is dealt damage, deal 1. If the tide is low, your opponent steals 1, so it's high, so he steals 1. Action, give the Keyraken's creatures with the lowest, and he doesn't have any creatures. If that creature has 9 or more power, okay, it doesn't have 9 or more power. Okay. Alright. Your turn. Or no, my turn. No, I just went. You're done? All right. All right, guys, we're done. We are not going to beat this. There is no way possible for us to beat this right now. I don't see, maybe it's something we don't see in the game. How do you create your keys quicker? We did do a disservice to ourselves by having him gain 2, but I mean, we're not losing the game because of the tide. I mean, that's not why we're losing the game. We're losing the game because we haven't created but 1 key in 2 hours. And we can't do damage to him. So, I don't know, guys. You guys let us know down in the comments what we did wrong. We did something wrong. No clue what we did wrong. And 2 hours is Audrey's definite limit. It's my limit as well. So we will try this again, maybe. Let us know if you guys want to see more gameplay of this. Until next time, guys. Peace.